A lot of questions I'm getting are about the ceiling color in
Yes.
the light. Now this is a light blue.
It's a light blue. It's like I call it sky blue, but not real bright. It's like, it's kind of a little bit faded. It's kind of pastel. And I remember when I talked to you, when we were talking about what to paint the ceiling, you said, look, go with the pastel blue or any of the pastels, and it'll cover up the stars when I paint them. You won't know the stars are there when you look at the ceiling.
Did that?
And it's true.
That's true.
We can't see them. And when you walked in, when we turned everything off, it just looks like a blue sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really has worked well. And when the night sky's on, you don't need a black ceiling to paint the stars on. It worked out just like you said, because all of the main lights are below. What happens is it gives you the feeling of that kind of black background on the sky, but not black. It's kind of a dark gray if you really look at the real sky.
And that's with the lights off and the movie on, or when?
I would say just the movie off and the lights off and looking at the night sky as you painted it.
Okay,
It's charred.
it's pretty dark.
Yes, but if you look at the stars, they look like they're real. The ceiling he painted for me was the night sky of my wedding, of the date we got married. It's a July sky in the northern hemisphere, and I asked Jeff to replicate that. So he has actually replicated, with the major constellations of the night sky of July 9th of 1971, and it really done. I said we just went full thing. I said I want to be able to see the Milky Way, which really does look like the Milky Way. And if you look at those stars and you kind of sit back and just look at them, after a few minutes you actually start believing you're looking at the night sky. It does. It's amazing. In some ways, there's like a three-dimension. It's not flat. It does actually look like you're sitting outside with it cut out, and on your porch and looking up. So it's really given me the effect that I wanted.
Good.
I thought about the fiber optics and researched it. They make nice ceilings, but they do not look like the night sky. I mean, this really does. I've never seen anything that man-made that gets as close as the night sky. Their eyes have to adjust, and so some adjust better than others and take longer.
Yeah.
But as you sit under the stars, more and more stars come out. Just like if you go out to the night sky out in the mountains someplace, and all the lights are out. You see the major stars when you first look up, but if you lie down on the grass and watch the night sky, after a while you'll start seeing stuff that you didn't see before because your eyes are adjusting. And it's bringing, and you get that same effect with the ceiling.
Right.
It's very interesting, very clever.
So the Milky Way, you said, looks pretty good.
Looks like the Milky Way.
Good.
It does.
And he lives out in a place where he can walk outside. You can pretty much walk outside and see this.
Yes. Yes.
So
we have very little light pollution up here.
How do you like to watch the movie? With the black lights going, with them off?
I really will watch it, because what happens if the movie has bright, light or outside on the screen, though the ambient light from the screen on the theater will wash out a lot of the stars. So if I want the lost stars to be on during the movie, I'll just leave on the black light. So I think half the time we leave it on, half the time we turn it on.
Turn it off.
Right. Now, and when I'm watching also, I always have a little bit of light on the sides.
Okay.
So it's never pitch black in here. Usually a little bit of the ambient light.
Which is nice because it's dark in here.
Yes. So I actually just bring the lights down. But all the lights along the peripheral are on variable light systems. I even have a remote control. So from the chair, I can control the lights in the theater.
A lot of people have said, well, in a theater room, you have to have a really dark ceiling or else it's going to wash the screen out. Have you noticed that?
Wash the screen out.
It says it's going to be too light in here. Now, I didn't notice that when the movie was playing.
No.
It looked dark.
I don't understand what that means.
Okay. Because I looked at that because that's...
Right. Well, what we did, Jeff, I just, you said, well, from my experience, it appears that the stars seem... Well, when you walked into the room with no lights on, and the theater lights were up, I wanted to look like, like daytime.
Yeah.
And that's why we painted it kind of a pastel blue, cloudless day.
Okay.
Now, in fact, because we replaced all of the fluorescent lights with black lights, the ceiling is not bright.
Right.
I could probably put some lights in the corners and so you'd see the blue real well. But it doesn't bother me because generally when someone wants to come in the theater, you turn the lights down anyway. Just like you go in a real theater.
Yeah.
The lights are halfway down.
Getting their eyes used to the dark.
I throw on the black lights. People come in. Turn the music on. It just does really give you a real feel that you're entering a regular theater.
And I wanted to see what people were talking about. I really don't think you need to have a dark ceiling.
I don't either.
I'm glad
we went with this.
Yeah, it didn't wash anything out really.
No.
They said it's gonna be too bright, the reflection, but it really didn't.
Now I don't know from your point of view. You told me you preferred to paint on this kind of a ceiling as opposed to.
I do because the darker the ceiling is, the more chance you're going to see some of the stars in the light.
Right. We do not see them. Remember, we shut everything off.
Yeah.
You can't see the stars.
No, when the lights are on, fully on, you cannot see anything on this ceiling, which is nice.
Yes.
But they're worried about more during the movie that if I go too light, it's going to wash the movie out. But it really doesn't.
No.
Okay.
And I think the reason is when I watch a movie, I'll turn the side lights down to maybe down 2/3 or up 1/3. And what happens is, and if I turn off the black lights, the light from the theater gets partially blocked by the soffit. So it's not going up on the ceiling. You know what I mean?
From the projector here, and also he's under, maybe also the lights.
We're under the soffit here.
Under the soffit, so maybe that's why it's not.
See, because the light travels in a straight line, and then they adjusted the projector to the screen. It's just hitting that screen.
Okay.
There's not that light's hitting. The only other thing is that when the light comes off the screen, if the screen's fairly flat, and if you look, this is fairly even. The screen's going to bounce. The light's going to bounce back straight. It's not going to bounce at an angle.
And you have a soffit over that, so you're blocking the up. The cast of the light.
A lot of it's just being absorbed, on the walls and the curtains and stuff. So it's not getting up to the ceiling.